So, to avoid the scenario in which someone's going to see all of these conditions at once, especially once you have multiple conditions, what you need to do, and this is crucial, you need to go to survey flow, and what you're going to see here is essentially an outline of the survey you just created, which is why I emphasize these blocks, because it makes it much easier. So you go to survey flow, and what you see here right now is show block 1, show scenario 1, and so this is essentially telling you what your participants are going to see in your survey. So what you're going to do is you're going to add a new element, and you're going to call this element a randomizer. And you're just going to tell the randomizer to show one of the following elements. You're going to move this randomizer up. And to do that, you just select move and then drag it up. You're then going to move these two scenarios into the randomizer. And then you're going to drop this down one of the following elements, tell it to evenly present elements, and just like that, you have random scenarios. Now, two things to keep in mind. One, make sure you don't move the DVs or any of your other questions into this randomizer, because if you do, then only half of your participants are going to get the questions, so you don't want that. And there's one little problem with this right now. Right now, and I'm actually telling you this from experience, this is technically a little more advanced, but I'm going to share this with you anyways. If you just do the randomizer for now, that's all you need. But what I would also recommend doing is adding something called embedded data, and we'll call this condition. We're going to move this up 2. We're also going to instead move this randomizer, or move these out. So this is a more advanced technique, and basically what happens is if someone gets this randomizer, they're going to be assigned one or two of these scenarios, but you're not going to know actually which scenario they saw. And that's a problem obviously on the back end. So what I usually do, it's a little more complex with the setup, but it's worth it, is I say scenario 1. And what I actually do is I would, don't want to delete that. I would move this randomizer up here. And instead of randomizing the scenarios, I would actually randomize embedded data conditions, which means that you're going to have a new column called condition in your your output. Scenario 2. That is going to show you which condition someone was assigned to. So you do the same thing, one in each condition, and now all you need to do is add what's called a branch. And so I'm going to say embedded data condition is equal to S1, hit OK, move that up here, and then move that up here. So let me just explain quick what I just did. If you just have the randomizer for the scenarios, it's easy, and that's all you need to do. It's very difficult to figure out which scenario someone actually viewed, and then tell, okay, well, they were answering these questions this way. Typically, probably the easiest way to do it, the workaround, I'll save this for now and get back to it in a moment, would be to add questions after your scenarios. So like what are called validation questions. S1 validation, what kind of picture is this? And we would just do multiple choice. 2 options. Photograph. AI. And so you would basically hope that people would have to like answer honestly with like whatever your scenario was to figure out which scenario they were in. That could be option 1. Option 2, though, which is a lot easier and more reliable, believe it or not, is to do these what are known as embedded data conditions, to where first they get assigned to a condition, and then, based on the condition they're assigned to, they see the appropriate scenario. And so I would just duplicate this, delete this obviously, and then move this up here, and then edit this to S2. So that is a little more complex. If you do this in the real world, you almost have to do this though. So that's why I'm doing it. Now you have a survey. The last thing I'm going to show you is just this little publish option. When you hit publish, you ignore whatever Qualtrics says, and just like that, you would copy the link, and now you can share it with people to take it. That's all for now. Next time I will show you how to download the results later on, but for now this is all you need to know. Get the copyable link, share it with people, get them to take it, and you'll have survey results soon. Take care. Bye.